Hello!
Hello.
Welcome to Jam and Jabber.
Welcome back
Welcome.
to us.
To us. To Ken.
And Stephanie.
And, you know, Steph, we're actually running a special Memorial Day sale because right now it is currently Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah, here in the United States.
In the U.S., yes, we're having the weekend. But yeah, the special Memorial Day sale right now, and right now only, you can watch all of our YouTube past live streams for free.
What? That's amazing.
That's an amazing deal.
Wow. You know, I wonder where the Memorial Day sales came from. I mean,
right?
I know capitalism,
Yeah.
but also, who started it?
Hey,
Probably Macy's.
Yeah, definitely Macy's. Or the Bon Marché.
The Bon, which is now dead.
Oh, gosh, yeah. Maybe it was Sears and Roebuck.
There we go. Well, thank you all for joining us today. Thank you for your patience while we took last week off just for a nice rest day. I think it's important to rest and take care of ourselves.
Absolutely.
We're back and we are ready for KAIJUNE.
Yes, that is the premise.
Yeah. Ken does a month-long challenge. Mm-hmm. This is your third year doing it? So
this is only my second year doing it. I've been doing March of Robots for the last 4 years, but last year I started doing KAIJUNE, and I have the details in the description of the video if you're curious, linking to the prompt list that I'll be following. The artist that's running it, his name is Alan Cortes. His Instagram is Flan Cortes. But he goes into the details on who the actual artist. Let me actually look that up really quick, because
I could have sworn you did it the year before.
No, I was thinking about it, but I've only done the one KAIJUNE. This will be my second KAIJUNE.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, considered me bamboozled.
Yeah. Well,
but yeah, I really loved all the things you did last year.
Last year I did a junk food was my theme that I chose. I got a little impatient for the actual prompt list to drop, so I made my own. And now I can tell you who the original artist was. Riley Phillips was the name of the artist who started the KAIJUNE prompt list. I don't know when, but apparently they have become inactive on social media, so I'm not sure what's happening there. But Alan Cortes, the last couple of years I've seen he's been the one running the prompt list.
So KAIJUNE, again, for those who haven't been able to figure it out, sorry for not explaining this, it is a month-long challenge where you kind of like Mermaid and March of Robots, where it is a month-long challenge where artists will create different pieces every single day based off of a prompt list. Yep. So I'm like, I would love to see different types of kaiju.
That's right.
Turning other things and other characters, other IPs into kaiju.
Heck yeah.
Into a really big robot or monster that's going to destroy Tokyo.
I mean, I'm pretty sure like Ultraman counts as a kaiju.
I think that there's a big discussion, like a lot of debate on the internet of what really defines a kaiju.
True.
Because the big thing about, I know one big debate is Clifford the Big Red Dog.
Yes, Clifford is a kaiju.
It has been confirmed that Clifford the Big Red Dog is, in fact, a kaiju.
I believe Grape Ape is also a kaiju.
What's Grape Ape?
Grape Ape is an old Hanna-Barbera cartoon. It's just a giant purple ape.
That matches well with the name.
Yeah. So, fun times there.
So, tonight we thought we'd just have some fun, get ready for KAIJUNE, and not talk about Stranger Things.
Even though that's super hot and this new season dropped.
If people have fun, I'm glad that you've taken a time to not watch Stranger Things, to watch us draw some cute monsters. So we are got a list of 12 today of fighting pairs that we have prepared for you. And should we just want to get into it?
I would love to get into it, even though I'm drawing a cute little Godzilla or Gojira, however you want to
Gojira.
Go with the pronunciation.
Um,
And
I mean,
he's just done with this. He's
that's
done.
very cute.
He's done. He's ready to just retire and let some new kaiju have the limelight.
Yeah, he's destroyed Tokyo many times.
That's right.
Or wasn't... I thought, okay, you know that really terrible Godzilla that was in, like, the early aughts?
The one with the Elizabeth Olsen and the dude who played Quicksilver?
I think, yes.
Yes.
Didn't they confirm in that one that Godzilla's actually a lady?
I think
Godzilla's
so.
a she because they had babies?
I think so.
Yeah, so I guess I should just use gender-neutral pronouns for Godzilla because we don't know.
I mean...
It could be Godzilla could be a species that doesn't necessarily need like another mate in order to
That's true.
reproduce.
Much like the Komodo dragon.
Like real dragons in real life. It could also be like a seahorse. So I think I should just call Godzilla by they. They them
that's
pronouns.
fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's a little unconfirmed.
I
I'm
mean,
sure if I
yeah,
looked up the Wikipedia, I'm sure somebody would have that answer. But for now,
probably.
yeah, I think that they have had a long run protecting their bibis and just stomping around, destroying Tokyo. Yeah.
Yeah. Move over, King Kong and Godzilla. We're doing new kaiju.
We're doing new kaiju.
So who's our first new kaiju? What number are we rolling for it?
Start with number 9.
Number 9. Which one is number 9? Okay. Oh that's a really good one to start with.
That's a good one to start with.
That's a great one to start with.
So, unlike other types of Jam and Jabber live streams where we will tell you what we're drawing, in this instance, it's your guess. You get to guess what Ken is drawing tonight. Like I said, we already created a list of 12, and already created like a little battle. And as we were creating this list, like every single time I would list one, we just start cackling.
Yeah.
We just start laughing.
We made a very fun roster tonight, so you get to guess what it is I'll be drawing.
It's a good time. I'm excited for it.
It is.
I think right now it's just me watching live.
Okay.
But when we get people coming on later, I will let them know the rules.
Part of the fun on this stream is that it gets saved, so you can watch it whenever you want to. Mm-hmm. Like, hey, maybe your Memorial Day barbecue got rained out because it's currently very rainy in the Pacific Northwest.
Yes, it is.
So maybe you spend tomorrow getting some good laughs, or whenever over the weekend you end up.
Yeah.
Needing some good chuckles. Like, we got you covered.
When you finally are done binge watching the first half of Stranger Things Part 4, take a moment just to kind of take a little break. Cleanse the palates with some Jam and Jabber.
Exactly.
Special Memorial Day weekend. Free streaming.
That's right.
All weekend long.
That's right. You don't have to worry about password sharing with us or YouTube cracking down on you sharing passwords. You can do whatever you want. It's YouTube, baby.
Hell yeah. It's actually, I was joking with Ken about that. I'm like, you know what? All millennials share one password, one single Netflix password. All millennials just share it.
We are a hive mind.
We are a hive mind. All millennials are just out to just screw over the man. We're Netflix is another industry we're just trying to kill. Even though we love it. Although I do want to say that we talked about it before on chat that we do enjoy watching the game, film, and food theorist Matt Patz. The one that he uploaded today about the inbreeding and
oh geez, yeah. Like Encanto has more wrong with it than just like an overprotective matriarch.
I feel sorry for that poor man. That's what it's like having like a 2-year-old and having to watch the same movie 40 million times again and again and again.
I remember when I had was doing the best uncle ever and watching some of the youngins. Finding Nemo was the big one when a lot of them were littles, and oh boy howdy, I found Nemo a lot. I found Nemo so many times.
So it looks like we got 2 dudes so far.
Yes, I'm gonna kind of maybe take some inspiration from like a Jet Jaguar or like an Ultraman, but yeah, we're coming along.
Very tall people can also be kaiju. Also has been confirmed.
I guess so. Does that mean am I a kaiju?
I think you have to be over 12 feet tall.
Oh man. Oh, okay.
And I think that's what I think that's what they said, like stated, like over 12 feet tall, and that's why Clifford the Big Red Dog is considered a kaiju.
Okay. So would Andre the Giant have been considered a kaiju?
I don't think he was over 12 feet tall.
No, probably not. Oh dang.
A very long boy.
Look, I'm looking out for him though.
I think he was like close. I mean, he was definitely over 7 feet tall.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love that picture of Andre the Giant next to Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, and Wilt Chamberlain.
Yes.
And just Arnie just looks so incredibly short, but Arnold's like what, 6'2", 6'3", something like that. Yeah.
He's not a very tall guy, but he's.
I'm 6'2".
I got that in my brain wrong because Mercury is still Gatorade.
Oh, there's plenty of tough guy shorties, though.
He is a tall guy.
Yeah.
He's a tall, big guy.
I think, oh gosh, what's his name? Rocky. Stallone.
Oh, yeah.
Stallone I think,
is
is short. Yeah.
Yeah, he is a short guy. God, that like South Park episode.
Yeah.
I was talking about something completely different. Oh, that's right. Game Theorist.
Yes. Yes, and how his 3-year-old loves Encanto right now.
But that's not what I was going to talk about. Was Encanto? Yeah. He just like so many Encanto film theories because he's forced to watch it so many times. No, he did this really great theory about talking about the problems that Netflix is having.
Oh yeah.
And how best to help them through a lot of like because. They've been reporting loss of income for like the first time ever in the history of their company.
Yeah.
And being like the first company to really promote streaming services and then having like making their own original shows and content. They were kind of like the first company that was doing it. So being the first doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be the best at it.
Yeah, true.
And so other bigger companies like Paramount and Disney, when they were like, now we're going to do this and we're going to do it better, they've had a lot more time in the studios and the resources and everything to basically just blow Netflix right out of the water.
Yeah.
And they spend so much money on these shows, but they do a really poor job of like advertising, creating merchandise. I mean, there's some stuff for Stranger Things, but not a lot.
Yeah.
And it's strange, like in those upcoming weeks, like our last few days, especially right before the first part of the series dropped yesterday for Stranger Things. It was weird, like all the different companies that got partnerships for Stranger Things. It's like Domino's has this little like has like this it'll read your mind to see what kind of pizza you want.
Yeah.
And it's just strange. It's very, very strange. All the different companies. Not that Domino's is like but it's how many times does Domino's do like paid promotion stuff like that, you know? Not very often.
At least not in my recollection either, yeah.
Not very often.
Yeah.
And so, but the big points that Matt Pat was making in his film, and definitely go in his video, about, you know, Netflix's film, their approach to it, is it's just advertising and merchandising and release schedule. That's a big one. And he made a really good point, and I really agree with him. As much as like it's frustrating sometimes, you know, like with all the big series, like when when Disney Plus has been like, oh, you gotta wait next week for the next episode of the next show that you want to watch. Having to wait a week. You know, he talked about in his video about it actually gives much more satisfaction than binge watching. Like binge watching, you honestly don't remember as many details because you watched it so quickly. Having a week to kind of savor it kind of gives it kind of like that expectation or the like Christmas morning surprise and the excitement of like, oh, what am I gonna get? Oh, what's gonna happen this week? You're spending the rest of the week talking about it with people in the office,
theorizing about it,
exactly. And that's what Ken and I have done for so many of these different like weekly episodic shows that we've watched. But then like try to do that for like these Netflix shows, like they normally just dump the whole entire thing, and then you're like so excited, and then you just watch it, and you're like, then you're done talking about it because it's over. Or at least that season's done, and you can maybe theorize for the next season. But with Stranger Things, each of the seasons has taken a big shift and change, so it's kind of hard to theorize what the next season's going to be about. That's a Star Platinum.
That is a Star Platinum that I just drew.
So for those who don't know who Star Platinum is, because we haven't talked about JoJo's in a little bit, because we realize not everybody loves JoJo's as much as we do.
Oh, I don't care. I'll talk about JoJo's.
JoJo!
Oh gosh, it's so good. It's so dang good.
Where's Jotaro? Is Jotaro's gonna be like
okay, yeah, because
on the shoulder or something?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
He'll be pointing.
Yes, but so who is? I don't know. I know who Star Platinum is fighting, but
you do.
We'll see those. I won't spill the beans quite yet.
Because he's a kaiju. His Star Platinum is a kaiju levels.
With it's your embodiment of your fighting spirit, and Jotaro's fighting spirit is big, y'all.
It's big, y'all.
It's big, y'all. Oh my god, that's so cute. I love it. Oh, that's really cute.
Oh,
you have a really good tiny Jotaro.
It was either that or like do like a little Ratatouille, like he's riding in his hair. That would have been cute too.
I like this one on the shoulder. This is better, like JoJo vibes. This is good.
Thank you.
I love this so much already. So yeah, the Netflix decided to drop the first half and then wait a little bit before dropping the second half.
I hope they took Matt Pat's advice then.
No, they had planned to do that ahead of time. He's like,
never mind.
It's kind of okay, but honestly, like, again, people have literally done studies on this at different universities, and he talks about in his video that the research that was done, that most people, like, as much as, like, you want to watch that next episode and you just can't wait, it's better to have to wait that week than just binge watch it all in a single fucking day. And I know that for some shows that we love JoJo's, but JoJo's Part 4, oh my god. Or not Part 5. Part 5.
Yeah, Part 4 was amazing.
Is, the best. It's my favorite part. With cute Josuke.
Josuke is the best boy JoJo.
He's my favorite Joe. But Part 5 was absolutely I hated it. And so we would just try to binge watch it just to kind of get over and done with, because I wanted to watch it, but I really don't want to pay attention to it. But Netflix is trying to create really awesome shows. Like, they really are trying to create like cool and interesting things to watch. But it's all the people who watch Netflix are just watching the same 5 shows just in the background.
Yeah.
The Netflix and chill.
Yeah, like how many times have people really watched The Office? Like, holy crap, what is wrong with people?
Or that one guy who watched Lord of the Rings, like, how many times?
Oh, yeah, didn't Netflix, like, approach them, like, hey, are you okay? No, it wasn't that. It was some other kid's show. But it's, like, the only thing...
I think it was Lord of the Rings. It was, he'd watched, like, the whole entire series, like, 100-something times within the course of a year. And, yeah, Netflix did reach out to him and was like, are you okay?
Well, if
the story is true.
There's another similar story to that like the kid, like the parent's child would not like settle down for anything but like a very specific show.
Oh, that's a different story.
Yeah. So
I forget which one it was.
Yeah,
but I remember,
forget too. But yeah, it's a similar thing. Like Netflix reached out and was like, "Hey, are you okay? Why would anyone watch it this many times?" Like, I have a kid. Like, okay, like we were talking about in Kanto, like little kids, they have their comfort show. For me, it was The Lion King in the 90s. That was the show that I watched like 35 times over the course of 6 days. No, 5 days, excuse me. I don't know why my parents let me watch it 7 times a day for 5 days straight, but I managed it.
I mean, those were our babysitters.
Yeah.
Those were our boomer parents, and being those elder millennials.
Yeah.
That was our babysitter, was the TV.
They're-
And then they'd say, why do you watch that TV all the time? Go outside and do some stuff. I actually don't watch that much TV. Like, as much as we're talking about TV with JoJo's, I don't actually watch too much television. I like to keep up on certain shows. It's been fun watching some of the newer Marvel shows on Disney Plus and stuff.
I really want to watch Under the Banner of Heaven. I'm
Which
very
one's that
curious.
one?
That is the one with the Andrew Garfield, the second Spider guy, who plays a detective in Utah, investigating a murder, a very grisly murder, from what I understand. And it's based on a true story too. So it's about a detective who is Mormon and kind of loses the faith just seeing like all the corruption being wrapped up in this murder case. So I'm very curious about it.
So Ken, is it too soon to talk about what you're drawing?
No, this is collectively everyone's dad. That this is. He is like, you win in that anime, son. That's what's happening.
Dad.
It's not a phase. Okay. Anime is who I am.
We got the socks and sandals.
We do.
Oh, the other shoe doesn't have a sock.
Oh crap! You're absolutely right. Let me correct that.
We got the mismatching button-up shirt, cargo shorts.
Thank you for noticing that.
Shades.
Let's add a little
Whoa.
toe, but yeah, I was trying to add the skyline to make it a bit more kaiju.
Oh, there we go. Very, very nice.
Let's add a few more buildings. No, then you can't really see the feet as well. But yeah,
I'll stomp this town.
we know. We'll know. We'll know. But yeah, your dad is fighting a Jotaro because it's just
Not
a phase. Go outside, kid. Stop watching the anime.
I learned this by watching you.
I never watched a damn anime in my life.
You watch Fox News.
Oh gosh. Oh man. Oh, yeah, that's very close to home. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, people who always looked up to their dads as their heroes, really did see their dad as over 12 feet tall when they were kids.
Yeah.
So everyone's dad is collectively, for this Father's Day, a kaiju.
Yes, absolutely.
And he's gonna fight and destroy your childhood dreams and fandoms.
You'll never make it as an artist. You better have a backup plan for when that fails.
Just get a life.
That wasn't my dad that said that to me. That was my mom. Oh, unpacking trauma with Ken.
I got told to get a life by my aunt.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to make this so real.
Kaiju are real. It's a real important business what we're doing, okay?
Absolutely it is.
All right.
You
ready for the next one?
I'm ready for our next one. What's our next kaiju battle? What number?
Number 7.
Number 7. I'd better leave this up for a hot second while I'm looking at what that list says. Number 7 is... Oh my gosh!
Yes!
I was hoping for this one.
Yes!
Okay, fantastic. This is outstanding. All right, number 7.
I'm curious the direction you're going to take this, because I had painted a particular image, but you can do whatever the heck you're going to do, because you're the man with the stylus.
I have a couple different ideas for this, and I think it's going to be great. Where are my reference images on this one? I know they're on here.
Dead Center.
Dead Center, yes. Oh my gosh. Thank you.
You're all
Thank
good.
you. You've got them eagle eyes, is what you've got.
Ken was so good. He made sure to like get a whole thing of reference pictures ready ahead of time, so that he on a second screen could look at his reference pictures right away. Good job, Ken. I'm proud of you. Good job. That's great. But yeah, so for those who are watching Stranger Things, let me know what your thoughts are. If you prefer to just blast through it, or if you do enjoy watching it once a week. Give yourself a little bit of time, like in between shows, to kind of theorize, to think about it, chew on it. And when Matt had said that, I'm like, he's totally right. Like, when it comes to JoJo's Part 5, I was like, just fucking get through it as fast as possible, because I don't really want to watch this. I just want to know, like, what exactly happened, so when I get to Part 6, if there's anything I need to know, that I can be aware for it. Oh, we look like we got a dino, bud.
A little bit. That's the overall shape, but there'll be more coming. I'm just hashing out the overall look initially.
Okay, all right.
One thing that I'd love to touch on, because there was a thing that I had seen or read, I can't remember, but kind of talking along the same vein of like how these different streaming platforms, like Disney, will put out like one a week until the show's finished, and that you have better like fan results on it than like Netflix, how they're doing like everything all at once. Because people were looking at like Orange is the New Black and just the phenomenon that show was, like how so many people loved it, but a lot of people were going back and rewatching it, but wanting to look at it as like a weekly serial kind of show, and only watched one episode a week instead of binge watching it. And they realized something about the show, that it's terrible. And I'm not trying to put shade. If you love Orange is the New Black, kudos, but it was a show designed to be binged. It was not a show designed for just a weekly serial. There's the plot points, everything. It doesn't really go through it and keep the storyline as something that you can come back to. It's something that you have to watch in a single go, which is really interesting.
Yeah, I think that is really fascinating, and that kind of just touching on what Matt Pat's point was, is that a lot of these other like big producing companies have just had more experience creating TV shows and like creating this kind of content. Oh, we got a Mothra.
It's some sort of moth, maybe a Mothman. Who knows?
Oh, okay.
Some mothy type character.
Mothra, maybe.
Maybe. Who knows?
Hey, thanks for joining us, Rowan.
Hello. You're just in time for an epic kaiju battle.
Yeah, today we're making a new kaiju, so as you're watching, feel free to make your best guess of what exactly Ken's drawing. We are leaving it a mystery this time.
That's right. You get to decide.
Yeah, well, you don't get to decide.
Well, you get to guess and theorize.
You get to take your best guess of what you think Ken is drawing. And we've just been talking about the phenomenon, the global phenomenon that is Stranger Things 4. We were thinking of, because I was talking like to Ken, like, do we want to like hop on that hype train?
Yeah, do we want to do a Stranger Things stream?
And we just didn't know what to do.
Honestly, I've only ever watched the first season.
I've watched the first two, and I haven't watched I didn't watch the third season, and now they're just dropped the first half of the fourth season. And, like, the second part, it wasn't great. And coming to that same point about, like, trying to watch it, like, one episode a week, because we were talking about the film theorist YouTube video talking about the difference of like binge watching versus watching a new show once a week when it comes out. And that most people tend to have more of a positive experience by watching once a week rather than binge watching it all. Yeah. And Ken made a really good point about how Orange is the New Black was just if you try to watch it once a week, that it's not as good of a show because it's designed to be watched, as a binge watch. Because, for like an episodic show, you have certain beats that you hit throughout that episode, and you leave on that cliff note or that cliffhanger. So people are like, oh man, now they just left on, there's a hippo? What's gonna happen next episode? Oh my gosh.
Oh, Moon Knight.
Oh, there's a baby Grogu, there's a baby Yoda, what the hell's going on? I thought this was about a Boba Fett.
Nice. Yes, all Mandalorians are Boba Fett.
They're all a Boba Fett.
It's like that whole Midwestern kind of thing of calling every vampire a Dracula. Like, oh, you want to watch that Dracula? Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, I'll have Coke.
Oh, genericide.
But really, like, how that episode ends gets people talking, gets that hype going, you get those hashtags trending, and that's how you get your show to have momentum and people talking about it. And then, like, Baby Grogu is like one of the hottest things. You can get Grogu on fucking everything.
Oh god, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Like you can like t-shirts, toys, plushies, pajamas, water bottles, pajamas, everything. Like just anything possible, there is a Baby Grogu on it because Disney loves their merchandising, and they should determine their success of a show based on how much money they can make in merchandising.
Oh yeah.
So for those who don't know who the first character is, there's a really great show. Well, it's a show and it's a comic book. It's a lot of things.
Yeah.
Called The Tick.
It's The Tick.
Well, it's not The Tick. It's actually Arthur.
Yeah, well, yeah. Well, the Tick is the show.
The Tick is the show.
But yes, Arthur is the Tick's sidekick. The Tick is just this absolutely insane superhero character.
I mean, I like Arthur. Arthur's funny.
Oh, he's
a delight.
Yes.
He's got little wings. He's just kind of a normal guy, kind of a little schlubby normal guy.
Just an office worker who just loves wearing his moth suit.
Yep, he's like a moth guy. You know. I really love what you're doing for the second character.
Thank you.
If anybody can guess what it is, congratulations. I know what it is. I'm not gonna say until it's a little bit more clear.
I think it might start coming together here in just a second.
Yeah, I really like the Tick. Rowan says, "Oh man, I remember the Tick. It's been a minute though." Yeah, it has been. Like, God, it was like 90s.
We grew up on the 90s cartoon. There was one with Patrick Warburton in the early 2000s. Patrick Warburton, for those not in the know, is the voice actor who did Kronk from Emperor's New Groove.
And like a million things.
Yeah, oh yeah, he is so prolific. I adore Patrick Warburton.
We got a right guess in the chats. It's Arthur versus Arthur. This is an Arthurzilla. And he's got that one fist that's clutching really tightly.
Right. It's the meme.
Arthur versus Arthur. Great job, Rowan.
Heck yeah.
Gold star.
Good job.
Because I thought of like the Arthur from the show, like the Arthur. The
aardvark, yeah.
Aardvark, thank you. First, and I'm like, who could he be fighting? And I'm like, wait, what if it was another Arthur? Because I do like the Tick. I did watch the Patrick Wilbur one, the live action show, and true story, they had to lube that man up.
Oh, I'm not surprised.
To get him in that latex costume.
That did not look like a comfortable costume to wear.
Nope. But man, that guy was a trooper. I think they only ever did one season of it.
Yeah.
Because I think he was done with like the costume. But oh my god, like Batmanuel.
Yes.
He had an old Nokia phone, and so it was just like you only had 5 ringtones for those old Nokia phones.
Oh, jeez.
It was like that was his ringtone, and I changed my Nokia phone to have that ringtone so it could be the same as Batmanuel.
That was like, oh gosh, that's amazing. I love it. But yeah, that was like the early 2000s. Everyone had Nokia phones.
Exactly. It had the Batman Wellmobile.
Yes.
The Batman Wellmobile needs at least 2 parking spaces.
Yes. Okay. Let's do some more city lines.
Yeah.
This is how you know.
I love how you built into this. This is so
Thank
good.
you.
Yes, I love Arthur just because of how, like, sweet, like, Arthur from The Tick. He was just a very sweet friend, and The Tick is just absolutely insane. I remember this one part where it's, like, The Tick has to, like, come to terms with death, and he's like, wait, everybody dies? And the person's like, yeah, everybody dies. Wait, do even potatoes die? Yeah, potatoes die too. And just like that, just the look on his face, like the cupcake dog face, just like, oh, even potatoes. And just like totally just ruined for the rest of the episode. Everything dies.
I've yet to watch the Amazon Prime Tick show, but I would love to watch it.
I was curious. I heard it was okay. I definitely have a soft spot for the early 2000s live action.
I'd love to see if we can find some of those shows again and rewatch them.
I would love to see this as a real, like, kaiju battle. Because I who do you think is going to win in this one?
Oh, gosh, that's a good question.
I think the Aardvark. I think he's got more rage. Arthur's a nice guy.
That's true. I like Arthur, like the Tick Arthur wouldn't actually hit a child. Yeah. No, that's fair.
It's true. I don't think he would hit a child.
I don't think he'd hit a child. Yeah.
He would try to fly and try to be like, well, man, let's talk about this.
Yeah.
And it's just that meme of that one fist. Like, this is for all the times my sister made fun of me.
God, you know what blows me away? Like, they finally brought that Arthur show to a close on PBS.
They did.
And they did, like, a flash forward, like, 25 years, everyone's grown up. And Arthur's little narc sister is a cop.
No!
Yes, DW became a cop.
No fucking way.
Yes.
Oh, that was for the fans.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
That
was a joke for the fans. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, Rowan adds in the comments, Arthur Zilla can throw hands. Yes. Yes, he can. Arthur Zilla's totally got this one.
Absolutely.
Oh my god, that's really funny. I did not know that about his sister's cop. Oh my god.
She became a cop.
Did we do number 8 yet?
No, we've not.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay, I don't.
We'll make sure. Wait, I won't say anything.
I mean, I'll keep this nice. I'll keep it nice. I'll keep it good.
This one's for the kids.
Yes. If you have young children and they want to watch this show, maybe don't let them.
No, we'll keep it nice and PC. This is kind of one of those ones. I used to perform at the Renaissance Fair. And there was always this joke at the Ren Fair, is that if your kid gets the joke, it's your fault, not it's your fault, not ours.
Yes.
They will tell lots of adult jokes that are the kinds that will go right over a kid's head, but it's there for the adults, not for the kids.
Yeah, if your kid gets it, it's on you, man.
It's your fault, not ours.
Yeah.
But going back to Stranger Things. I'm very curious to hear other people's thoughts. If they prefer to binge watch, if they prefer a 1-week episodic kind of telling of the story.
Yeah.
I after Matt had made that point in his theory video, I was like, you know what? It's kind of right. I do prefer watching it once a week, even if you're just like, oh man, because you only have to wait a week.
Yeah.
It's not like you have to wait 3 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, like, I know for Witcher, we didn't watch it all in a single sitting.
We got close though. We watched it in a single weekend.
Did we?
Oh yeah, we watched like 4 episodes one night and 4 the next.
Wow.
Yeah.
And there are parts I don't really remember.
I'd be totally down with rewatching Witcher if you want to. Like, that was a fun show.
So we got some we got
some shapes.
We got some shapes.
We got some good shape language going on.
Yeah. We got another like dinosaur.
Some kind of
and maybe a musical note.
Yes, a musical note. Much similar to the shape of an automaton.
Yeah, with some leggies.
Though it's not an automaton.
So it's got some nice leggies. That's nice.
I love automatons, though. I'm just gonna say.
But yeah, like, after Matt Pat brought that point up, I'm like, I do kind of prefer, like, if Witcher had been released once a week, I think it would have been far more successful. Like, Witcher is one of the more popular ones, but, like, you just binge watch it, and then, like, people were talking about it for a little, like, a hot second, but then stop talking about it. Like, the songs got more attention, but, like, the song from season 2 wasn't as good.
Yeah, it wasn't as good as Toss a Coin to Your Witcher, for sure.
It wasn't as catchy, and I heard some people who were, like, into it. I'm like, yeah, I'm not as much.
I can see why people were into the Burn, Butcher, Burn. Like, it was catchy to some extent, but yeah, it just didn't have that staying power as Toss a Coin to Your Witcher, for sure.
Yeah, and that was another point that Matt Pat made, was that part of, like, your promotion is the fan base.
Yeah.
The kind of earned promotion that, like, through, like, just the fans watching it and enjoying it, that they will create content for you.
Yeah.
And so you don't have to, like, work so hard on, like, advertising and paying Domino's Pizza to make a stupid thing that just is an automated randomizer for pizza. It's weird. It reads your mind! Like, I'm allergic to half of these things. No, I'm sorry.
No, thank you.
But, well, this is a wet boy.
It's got some saliva. Yeah, it's got some drool. It's it's definitely why am I spacing on my words right now? What are words?
It's Mercury Gatorade. It's okay.
Yeah, it's definitely a feral kaiju. It's not quite as on the same intellectual level as some of the other kaiju that we've been doing.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Witcher would have done a lot better if it had been once a week, because then you would have been like, oh, it's going to happen next week. Oh my gosh, I'm so curious. And again, you have all that, like, hype, and then people, like, in between that week, between episodes, they're talking about it. They're creating theory videos. They're doing this, they're doing that. And, like, it's giving that free promotion, or that earned promotion that you get from your fan base, but you don't get that when you just drop the entire series. And they decided just to put it in 2 parts for Stranger Things, and they're trying really hard to promote it, but I'm kind of checked out from Stranger Things, to be honest.
I will say, though, for the point about merchandising, Stranger Things has an easier time merchandising than, like, other shows. Like, no one's going to buy a Funko Pop of Bridgerton, but, like, people will absolutely buy Funko Pops of their favorite Stranger Things characters, or, like, the Demogorgon.
Oh, there's definitely a Demogorgon Funko Pop.
Yeah, absolutely.
And yes, Rowan, you're absolutely right. That is an angry eggplant.
That is an angry eggplant.
In the list, I actually did put an eggplant emoji, and you'll understand why I put the eggplant emoji here in a second.
Yes, it will become clear momentarily.
Again, if your kid gets it, it's on you, not us. People at home watching. But I honestly, like, I hope that Netflix changes that takes a note from Matt Pat, takes a note from all of these other, like, far more successful streaming platforms that are doing the weekly episodic things, like even the Rings of Power that Amazon dropped that, like, millions of dollars on.
Yeah.
To like, they're doing once a week as well. And yes,
It's a creeper.
It's a creeper, and if those who have seen a creeper via Minecraft, it's got the same kind of vibe, same kind of energy, the same energy as that eggplant emoji.
It do. It absolutely do. And you know what? I feel like bringing a little splash of color into this.
It's our very good robot, or excuse me, our rocket ship shaped friend. The creeper from Minecraft, and another rocket ship shaped friend.
Yes.
Like the one that Elon Musk.
Oh, I thought that was Bezos.
Oh, it was Bezos.
I mean, to be fair, they probably all are rocket ship shaped.
The rocket ships.
They're rocket ships. Of course, they're rocket ship shaped. Why wouldn't they be rocket ship shaped?
Sure.
It's a rocket.
I do love how you made this creeper very a chunky boy.
Yeah, well, it has to be a kaiju creeper.
It's about ready to explode.
That's right.
And get eggplant everywhere.
Oh no! Phrasing, come on.
For our rocket ship shaped friends.
True. That's very true.
Again, if your kids get it, it's your fault, not ours. Mom, Dad, Grandma, what are they talking about?
I'll tell you when you're older.
Oh man, I don't want to wait that long. I'll forget.
Yeah, I don't want to wait for the punchline to get older.
The joke won't hold up that many years later.
Kind of like this one.
Wait. Oh my gosh.
I hope I didn't wreck anybody's ears with that little serenade I just gave y'all.
Oh, Ken, that was beautiful.
Well, thank you.
That made the angry 90s girl in me very, very happy.
Well, awesome.
You know, but it doesn't take much. Like some Sailor Moon, some Sheryl Crow,
Ooh,
some Jewel.
Some Jewel.
Yeah.
90s. I really liked Fiona Apple. I enjoyed her music.
Yeah, me too. God. Memories.
How to tell people we're elder millennials
without telling them we're elder millennials. Yeah. I shared a picture of our little sweet kitty Beatrice earlier today on my personal Facebook page, and she's got a plushie of, and I kid you not,
it was a really good find.
A plushie was sold as a cat toy. It was in the cat toy aisle of a stuffed avocado toast.
Yes.
Not an avocado. We also got that too.
Yes.
It came as a 2-pack. It had an avocado and avocado toast.
That's right.
And I looked at Ken. I'm like, Ken, we have to get this. We have to let the world know that we are elder millennials.
We wouldn't be very good millennials if we didn't give our cat avocado toast.
Waste our money on frivolous things like lattes and cat toys.
Just think, we could own a house by now if it weren't for that avocado toast plushie.
Yeah.
That costs all of $2.
On sale at Target.
That's right. See, I will say this. Millennials, most of the millennials I know, we all love Target. That is an industry that we are not trying to kill.
Oh, no. We will support Target.
That's right. As long as they're not dick bags.
Yeah. The moment they do, though.
Oh, absolutely.
We hold no loyalties.
We will turn on them rabid piranhas. Mm-hmm. That's right. More rabid than this eggplant kaiju.
Who do you think's gonna win in this battle?
I think it's probably gonna be the creeper.
Creeper's just gonna explode.
Yeah.
And the eggplant's got soft, very, very gushy insides. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, I think, most, if it's Minecraft Steve or whoever,
It'll be like a Pyrrhic victory.
It's actually the eggplant is the one people think is the real kaiju. And, everyone's like, oh no, it's the eggplant kaiju! Ah! Meanwhile, people are taking pictures with the eggplant emoji, eggplants. And then, ah! And then the creeper just sneaks out of nowhere.
That's right.
The eggplant emoji kaiju didn't even see it coming.
No, not at all.
And everything they were trying to build was destroyed in a single moment.
That's right. Mm-hmm. Gotta hold true to form and give it a little skyline.
I love that brush.
Oh my gosh, Clip Studio Paint is so good. Like, there's so many useful tools just for making quick. Like, the only reason I'm not using it for the skyline in the background is just I don't want to have to, like, put something to knock out the color so that you don't get some weird... I'll just show you. Because, yeah.
Well, no, like, I mean, like...
Blah. That would look terrible.
What about layers?
Yeah, but since this is a transparent layer, the brush, you'd still be able to see through it, so, nah. Okay. I'm just being persnickety and lazy. Because I'm wanting to bring the funnies. That's what I'm wanting to bring.
I'm Dunny with the funny.
How great is the Stanley Parable? Like, honestly, if y'all want like a really good, solid, hilarious game that you can just sit down for, you don't even have to put that much time into it. It's just a fun game.
It's a little old. We're a little old coming into, or a little late coming into Stanley Parable, but the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe was just released for lots of different platforms, including consoles. It used to be just PC. So it's on PlayStation. It's on lots of other things. And number 10.
Number 10 is our next one.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Okay. I think I'm ready. But yeah.
This is going to be a good one. I'm excited for this one. Oh shit, what was I just saying?
We were talking about Stanley Parable.
Oh yeah, Stanley Parable. It's very funny. It's like a lot of people have been talking about this game for a really long time.
I've been seeing a lot of people on YouTube play this game lately.
Well, yeah, they went back because there's more endings. But it's really funny. You didn't have to play the game before to really get a lot of the extra jokes and stuff. It's very, very funny. It's very fun and tongue-in-cheek. It's very self-aware. And also, I was watching MatPat do a GT Live video about this. He was talking about how when the game first came out, there was nothing like it. There's kind of...
2013 was when the first game came out, or the first iteration of the game.
Yeah. And there wasn't a lot of games that did like that whole like fourth wall break. Like really talk to the player in that kind of context. But it's very silly. It was the first one that kind of did it, and Stanley Parable walked so that other games could run. Yeah, absolutely. It's also a lot like what was that one? You were played that right before, or not right before. But also, it's like the dreamy one.
Yeah, Superliminal.
Yeah.
Superliminal definitely took a lot of inspiration from Stanley Parable. I think the creators actually even said that. As much. Yeah.
Stanley Parable walks so that Subliminal could run. Yeah. Those are both very, very good games. They're very fun.
Superliminal was a delight.
Yeah.
As was Stanley Parable.
God, it made me laugh. So one of the jokes I was just doing was like, I'm Dunny with the funny. It's a reference of Stanley Parable. Shout out Stanley Parable.
Heck yes.
Yeah. I had been talking off and on about Stranger Things. I keep trying to go back to it. I mean, that's where I left off. I'm like, I kind of lost interest in it. Like, I watched the second season, but I also binge watched it when it came out, and I don't remember a lot of it. I remember some things, but like I just remember it being like, it didn't have a lot of the same beats. It was really just trying to make a season 2 even work, because where they leave off on season 1 has a lot of like, well, what about this? What about this? Ooh, what about this? And then they were like, oh crap, we need to figure all of this stuff out real quick.
Yeah.
But then they don't, and they take way too long to kind of get you up to speed so that they can tell the story. Like, if my memory serves me correctly, I don't think it's even until like halfway through the series that like you're really getting into the actual story. Like it took them way too long just to try and get everything just kind of like it was very strange. And for Stranger Things,
Waldor and Statler. Yeah, excuse me. How dare I mispronounce Muppet names?
Oh my goodness.
How very dare I?
I would not have noticed. I don't think most people know their names, actually. I think most people are like, the old guys in the window, in that one thing.
The one private booth. Yeah.
Private booth, yeah. Well, we got a really fast boy face.
We got a fast boy face.
We got a fast boy face.
I think if people didn't figure out who it was, they know who it is now.
I don't know. We got we got Rowan saying the one on the left kind of looks like a Knuckles.
A Knuckles? You're not wrong in the universe.
Yeah, you're very warm.
Yes.
Very, very warm.
I'm trying.
They all pretty much look the same, anyways.
They do. I'm mostly just trying to like match a certain type of kaiju. I can't remember its name. From the original Godzilla movies from the 70s, and it just was a dude in like a suit. A monster suit. They were all monster suits, obviously, but yeah, it's like this kind of porcupine-esque kind of quilled kaiju was what I was going for. Because Rowan, you got so dang close. It is a Sonic the Hedgehog.
And the only way you can really tell the difference between a Sonic and a Knuckles, and a lot of them are just the different color palettes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much the same.
If they've got Legos on their shoes.
Yeah, Legos on their shoes.
I don't know why Knuckles has to have that weird Lego brick on top of his shoes, but he do.
Oh my god. Is he the echidna?
Yes.
Okay. It's Knuckles and Metal Sonic.
Metal Sonic is the robot that Dr. Robotnik made, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
At least I think Robotnik made him. I'm sure there's a Sonic fan out there who's like, actually, Robotnik didn't make Metal Sonic, he just reprogrammed him. I would not be surprised if that could also be the case, but I don't want to look it up.
Can't say that I'm really up on the Sonic lore.
Yes, I'm. Neither am I. I'm not.
Sorry, I just looked at when you were trying. I want all Sonic characters to look like this now. I want. This is what I want.
Yeah, Archie Comics, get with it.
I want this. This is what I want. I want this big chunky boy running real fast. You know what? I could almost give it like this. Almost looks more like a hedgehog.
Yeah, right.
Than like they actually do. And I want to see this chunky boy just go real fast. And I love this. Oh, God, this is one tragedy is that it can't be in real life. It's just
it's too pure for this world.
It exists only in Jamma Jabber.
Yeah.
God, I wish this was real. So good. I love that you put the little shoesies on him, too.
Oh, of course. How else are you going to tell it's a Garf? Or not? Oh, I spoiled it. I was looking.
Did you say Garf? I think you just said barf, right?
Yes. I'm going to barf because I'm going so fast. Oh. Oh, jeez. It was that whole, like, look at a color. You're looking at the color. The text says blue, but the color of the text is red, and you say the color of the text because that's the thing you're looking at. I'm like, oh crap.
Well,
I guess the cat's out of the bag now. Oh.
Actually, it's not a Garf.
It not specifically.
It's not technically a Garf.
It is Garf adjacent. It is Garf inspired for sure.
Because who's piloting the Garf.
That's fair. Now you're giving more away.
I was trying to help you, May.
But piloting, who would be pilot? Like that totally gives it away. Like, oh yeah, it's a mech. It's a mecha Garf.
Of course, you just draw robot arms and shoulder pads. Of course, this is a mech.
Of course, it's a mecha Garf. What else could it be?
Yes, we got a Sonic as a kaiju fighting Mecha Garfield piloted by John. Yes. Sorry we took that from y'all, from being able to guess. It was just too pure. It was just too exciting. We just were too... Like, this one I was, like, very proud of. Like,
yeah.
We had a few different iterations. We were, like, pairing them off with different people, like, different characters. And we finally got here, we're like, yes. Like, piloted by a clone army of Johns. All the Johns. Like, in different parts. And I pilot the arm! And I pilot the other arm! And I pilot the tail!
And I'll make the head!
I will make grinning faces. And I will narrate for everyone. I'll be the talky one!
Oh.
This is also just going to be one of those things where I'm like, I want this to exist in real life.
Right?
I want Mecha Garf to really exist.
I agree.
Can I tell them what your reference pictures are?
Yes, you may.
So I'm looking at Ken's pictures, like he's got set up on the side for his reference material, and it's Samurai Ninja Pizza Cats.
Samurai Pizza Cats.
Yeah, that's good reference. That's a good chunky kitty mech design. That's a really good one.
Heck yes.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Can't go wrong with a good Samurai Pizza Cats. And Italian food.
I actually never watched it.
I watched a little bit of it growing up.
We got Rowan saying, Mecha Garf is about to attack the lasagna factory.
I love it.
And Sonic is trying to protect it.
That's right.
Because it also has chili dogs. Put down that chili dog,
God.
Sonic!
Oh, jeez.
God, I wish you would redraw all of the Sonic characters, but in the style.
Well, maybe we can do that for a future stream.
I love to see Tails just as a big chonky boy. Oh my god, I love this. Oh my god.
It is very fun.
Yes. Mecha Garf. But it can't Mecha Garf does not work on Mondays.
No, it does not.
No, it doesn't work on Mondays.
That's its one fatal flaw. Mm-hmm. Mondays, am I right?
Boo.
God, I learned the other day about Jim Davis that he actually signed off like he loves Garfield minus Garfield, which is outstanding.
Garfield minus Garfield is somebody took a whole bunch of Jim Davis's original Garfield comics, left them the same, but just took out Garfield's. Mm-hmm. And so it makes John seem like he's this crazy person who's just hallucinating, talking to himself.
Just a man's slow descent into insanity.
Again, like, didn't change very much.
No.
Only thing he changed was this. He just took out Garfield from the panels.
It's fantastic. Oh my gosh.
And I love that the original creator loved that too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's gotten so much shade for Garfield over the years.
He has.
Like people hated Garfield, and then it became the ironic thing to love Garfields. And then like the movies came out, and they're like, "What the hell was that? What are you doing?"
Yeah. Like, boy.
So who's gonna win this fight?
Who's gonna win? That is an excellent question.
I don't know. I can't decide who's gonna win this one.
Geez, yeah.
Sonic is known for like beating up robots all the time.
Sonic is very fast, but maybe he's too fast. Maybe he causes more damage with how quickly he's going because he's not looking at where he's going.
He's got that bigger bod now. He doesn't have like a body that's like only like 10% of his overall body mass.
I don't know. Some of those original Sonic designs were very chunky.
Oh, man. They should have just left him a Chonkosaurus.
I know, right?
Man.
I would have loved that, personally.
Because I'm looking at your reference picture, and the stick body and legs and arms of Sonic are, like, literally only 10% of the design of Sonic.
But, like, the Jaleel White-voiced Sonic, like, it had a little tubby bowling ball body.
I love that.
Yeah. It was so good. God, I loved watching, like, on UPN and ABC Saturday morning if I was awake early enough to catch it, because they always played it super duper early. I was really bummed about that. But yeah, I loved those Sonic cartoons growing up.
Didn't Toy Galaxy do a video about that?
They did.
Yeah. Toy Galaxy is another great YouTube channel we highly recommend. We watch it all the time. Talks a lot about the history, about a lot of those old cartoons.
Yeah.
From 80s, 90s, earlier, like they did some in the 70s too,
Yeah.
but it's a nice, like it's just, it's cool just knowing the history. Yeah. It's cool knowing like what exactly happened.
Just trivia, factoids, and such.
And why a lot of those shows failed because like they put them on the early slots because this or that. It's really fascinating.
Yeah.
I don't know who would win this battle.
That's an excellent question.
I really love both of these designs.
You know, in that instance, when you can't figure out who would win the fight, I think I know who would win.
Who?
It would actually end up being they team up against a greater evil. Robotnik comes in, and it turns out that he's been poisoning the chili dog lasagna factory, and now they are actually there to stop Robotnik.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
I wanted you to draw that baby Robotnik so bad. You told me no.
It's just like, I don't know how to bring him in like properly, how to do him justice.
I don't care. Just
give you that good baby Robotnik.
Those tubby little legs.
That was such a fun stream. Just our last silhouette challenge that we did was so good.
I want to rewatch it just because I thought it was fun.
It was a lot of fun.
I definitely want to do the silhouette challenge again soon.
I want
to do that again.
Yeah.
I have a lot of fun just trying to make my best terrible guesses on what it is I see. And I said it last episode where we did that. I'm like, I just want people to know that I'm not like trying to make up stuff like just to be ridiculous. Like I will literally tell you what I see.
Yeah.
And I can probably tell what it is, but I will still tell you what I see. Like even if I can tell like, oh, this is a Robotnik. Okay. Even though it wasn't, that was Captain Crunch.
It was a Captain Crunch.
How did Captain Crunch
so
become
beautiful.
Baby Robotnik? You're going to have to watch that episode to find out.
Very carefully, let's just say that.
Oh, it was so funny.
Oh, it was.
But yeah, I will never like lie about things. I will be very truthful and very honest in what it is exactly that I see. And I think that that's what helps bring in the funnies. So we'll not be dunny with the funny.
And not anytime soon, anyway.
Yes.
I'm really liking this.
I got the next number ready whenever you're ready.
Okay, let's group that up. What is our next number?
Number 2.
Number 2. Oh, jeez.
I was really hoping we'd do this one.
Oh, jeez. There's so many places we could go with this one.
Where do you go now? Where do you go now?
Okay. Oh man, I have like I said, I have a couple ideas. I think I already have some suspicions on who would win this one.
I do too.
Yeah. But it'll be interesting to see what our thoughts are once we reveal
who these characters are.
Yes.
I looked down and I said, started streaming 69 minutes ago.
Nice.
I'm like, ooh, it's the sexy number.
It is.
Oh man. Well, do you want to go back and try to rewatch Stranger Things?
Would love to watch it, just to know what the heck went on, because like I said, I've only ever watched the first season, so I am very curious as to the rest of it.
This is a good pose you've got already.
Thank you.
Very good pose. I wouldn't actually mind rewatching it from the start, and then just giving ourselves that, try watching it once a week.
Yeah.
Like, okay, and just allow ourselves just to slowly catch up once a week and see how we enjoy that experience.
I would love that.
Of rewatching. I wouldn't mind rewatching the first season, just because I don't remember much of it.
Yeah.
Like, and with season 2, kind of a blur in my head too. There's certain scenes I don't really remember, and I'm like, was that season 1 or season 2? I can't remember. Sorry.
You just saw when I got started for the base.
And knowing who this character is, this is beautiful. This is very beautiful. I hope you put their outfit on that too, on that bod.
I'm working on it. I have a plan for it.
I hope that outfit gets put onto that bod. I would really love to just try that, because I mean there were aspects of like season 1 that I liked, but back when season 1 came out, I was actually a much different person. I played D&D all the goddamn time, and I actually haven't played D&D in over 4 years. It was what I did ever since I was like 16 until like 31.
Yeah.
It's all I did was I played Dungeons and Dragons. I had a 15-year run of it. Do my math right?
What, 16 to 31? Yeah, that's 15.
I had a 15-year run of Dungeons and Dragons. Excuse me. And I mean, I really enjoy it. There's still a lot of things I enjoy, but unfortunately it was wrapped up with a lot of other complicated situations.
Yeah.
And I was honestly really burnt out on Dungeons and Dragons, but I was still playing it for years after I probably should have taken a break. It can be difficult to continue to make characters. Like, I have a good friend who's really into tabletop gaming, and she has managed to convince me to come out of my retirement to play a single one-star game. Next week we're going to play a one-shot of a Labyrinth tabletop game.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, that'll be fun. I really like Labyrinth. I really like the Dark Crystal and Jim Henson's Fairies. I really like those. And so it'll be interesting to come out of my D&D retirement to play that game. I'm a little nervous because again I have trauma. It is really what it comes down to. I have trauma from really one person in particular that really kind of ruined it for me. And again, I was already on burnout for years, but that was like the thing I did with all of my friends and with my partner at the time. And that was all that we did. That was all that that whole social group did, was we just played D&D or different tabletop gaming games. And as much as my friend who managed to convince me to get out of my retirement, she really loves creating characters. I'm just like, after 15 years, it can be hard to make a new character.
Yeah.
It can be hard to make like an original different character. And I've noticed that a lot of people who are long-time gamers, they will generally have like their favorites. Like the person that always plays an elven sorcerer, or the person that always plays like a dwarven warrior. You know, like you have kind of like your default settings of like the character that you like playing the most. Oh my god, Ken, I love this. I love this
Thank you.
so much.
Thank you.
I love this. I will say this right now. This is not from an anime.
Nope.
This is not from an anime.
No, it's not.
Oh my god, I love this. I want this to be a real thing too. Okay. I'm gonna go back to my story so I won't get distracted and try and spill the beans on this one because I really love how you made this character.
Thank you.
Yeah, so part of like the reason why I liked Stranger Things, the first season, was because I was still really into D&D. And so because I've kind of taken the step back, I've kind of taken a break, I'm kind of curious how different my feelings will be on this, just because it's been I feel like I needed to take a long break from D&D.
Yeah.
And so because it's not like, oh yeah, cool, D&D, that's me, that's what I do, I play Dungeons and Dragons. It's less of that like identity thing like it was for me for a long time.
Yeah.
And it still is for a lot of my friends, and I'm still friends with some of that whole group of people, and they still tell us about their games, and it's fun.
Yeah.
I really enjoy hearing about their adventures and the things that they're doing in their games, and I'm rooting for them. I want them all to have a great time, and I'm glad that they're all doing that. But I had to take a break. I needed to take a break just because toxic nerd culture can be really, really toxic.
Yeah.
And I'll just leave it like that. But since a lot of Stranger Things is just like that D&D, like 80s, like kid kind of subculture.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't grow up with D&D in the 80s. I was born in 85. So we were definitely more the 90s kids. With our Tamagotchis and our Jewel and Spice Girls.
You want the property that's going to tell you all about who we are? Watch Turning Red.
So we got to guess. Rowan says, is that like a feral version of the piggy bank from Toy Story? Otherwise, I'm drawing a blank.
You're close. You're really close. Well, with this species, like
okay,
animated
but it's not
pig.
hard to tell because you gave it a big old snoot.
That's true.
I will tell you as soon because maybe you might get it by the time Ken's done with the second drawing. I'm gonna say it's kind of same energy, kind of same audience. I will say it like that. Same audience.
Same demographic.
Same
for sure.
demographic who would be consuming both of these IPs. I'll put it like that. But we will absolutely tell you. It's a good guess, though. That's a good guess. I think
once I start putting some color down, it's going to be a little more apparent for these.
Because, like, right now with those lines on the humanoid person, kind of looks like a Aang.
I'm trying to go for a bit of an Ultraman, but with the simplified, like scheme of that this character's clothing has. Because, I want it to still feel like a kaiju. Let's fix this.
Can I spill the beans because I want to tell a joke?
Because the name rhymes? Yes, absolutely.
You're like, you wanted to make a kaiju out of...
A Caillou?
A Caillou.
Yeah, we did it! Mission accomplished. Unfurl that banner.
Everyone's least favorite angry child character from a child's TV show, Caillou. Sounds so much like kaiju. I'm like, please, we have to make Caillou a kaiju.
Yes, absolutely.
And the pig? Well, that's
same demographic.
That's a good old girl Peppa Pig. That's our Peppa Pig.
That's right.
That's our girl Peppa Pig.
She girl Peppa.
Helping all the little girls and the boys and all the little children start speaking with a British accent.
My niece adored Peppa Pig. Though
she still might.
She's still, well, yeah. I mean, it's been about 2 years since I've really had an at-length conversation with her. Just because living through a pandemic and not being able to see your family.
I'll have to ask her next time we see her.
Absolutely.
If she's still into Peppa Pig. But, yes, I have a very soft spot for Peppa Pig. And that's why when you were drawing the shape, I'm like, can you please put her little pink dress on her?
Oh, absolutely.
And it's so good. This is a very good boar Peppa Pig. I love boars. They're very cool animals. I really like them. Like, on a spiritual level and a personal level. Like, they're just badass. I love boars. Yeah, I actually never watched Caillou.
I've seen bits just flipping through channels when I was younger, and I was not impressed.
I've heard that from pretty much everybody who's ever seen the show, that Kaiju is just like the most spoiled, just like rude boy, and like would do exactly this, have temper tantrums if he couldn't get the toy he wanted. And it wasn't in the context of like teaching little kids like lessons. And like, now don't be like Kaiju. It was kind of like, no, Kaiju, like they didn't really have that kind of lesson at the end. There's no like, the more you learn, or now you know, G.I. Joe, or Sailor Moon says, or any of that kind of stuff. Kaiju was just kind of like a little spoiled kid who would throw many temper tantrums, and that was the show.
That's, jeez, how awful a premise.
I have not heard any good reviews. If you did watch more Kaiju than me, and also feel that he could be a kaiju, but also have, maybe have different memories of and different take on Kaiju, I'd love to hear it. Because I've only ever heard so much shade for Kaiju. Like, they're like, no, he's pretty much just a little spoiled prick.
Yeah, I know, like, God, I had heard a couple years ago that, like, Celine Dion was throwing a Kaiju party.
Really?
For her son. Like, obviously this is many years ago, whenever the kid was, like, a young child, but, like, I guess the kid wasn't thrilled that he couldn't get the actual Kaiju. I was like, oh, wow, your kid sounds just like the actual Kaiju. Congratulations.
What was he expecting?
I don't know.
Like, a real person?
A real boy, yes.
Like, what, the real Kaiju? What the hell is he wanting?
I don't know. Put your best scientists onto it.
Breed me a Kaiju out of cells in a laboratory in a test tube.
Oh, that would be brilliant, though. That would be absolutely amazing.
Gave her the little pink cheeks.
Gave her the little rosy cheeks.
Oh, her little rosy cheeks. I love Peppa Pig. Peppa Pig is really cute.
Peppa Pig is cute.
I love her. I like her style. I love just, the animation is very sweet and it's very charming.
Yeah.
I love here that she's about ready to gore Kaiju. My vote's for Peppa Pig.
My vote is for Peppa Pig as well, but we'll see. We'll see where it goes.
Excuse me.
This Kaiju fight, it ain't over yet.
Yeah, what the hell is Kaiju gonna do?
Clearly seismic attack with the foot stomping.
Oh.
And maybe even a sonic attack with the shrill scream of not getting the toy you wanted.
But Peppa Pig, like, I'm sorry, she's like fully rooted to the ground. Like, fair. She could handle an earthquake move, being a very strong boar. And like the shrill scream. I mean, how many other kids? Like, I think she has a baby, like brother or sister, or like sibling.
Kid brother, I think.
Yeah, she has a kid sibling, and that one's always like screaming and stuff. And if she can handle that baby shrill,
that's a fair point.
I think she can handle a kaiju, because baby screams, especially a colicking baby.
Oh gosh, yeah, we learned that with our neighbors.
We got Rowan in the chat saying Kaiju is gonna get yeet by Peppa Pig. Yeah.
Clearly, Peppa Pig is a fan favorite to win this fight.
I did not know what colicking was for babies. Thank you, Rowan, for teaching me, and many of my other friends for telling me more about what colicking babies are, because our next door neighbor's kid just loves to scream. I think now it's kind of become a learned thing.
Yeah.
But for a long time, I'm pretty certain that baby was just colicking and just screaming and screaming and screaming. Oh my God, I can only imagine how horrible it was. Like, just being on the other side of a wall, and honestly, we don't hear our neighbors that often. Like, they're usually pretty quiet, and, like, same with the other neighbors around where we live. Like, we don't live in an apartment complex, but we do have shared walls. And, but, like, we don't hear our neighbors hardly at all. But, damn, we could hear that baby screaming at all hours and all during the day.
Seriously.
Just, all, like, on the top of their lungs. Like, I'm surprised the walls weren't shaking by their scream. And my God, I felt so sorry for the parents. But for like a while, I was just like, should I be concerned? Because I didn't know what about colicking babies. I just didn't know that there are some babies that will just scream. Like a good friend of mine, she was telling me that she was babysitting her her cousin's baby, and she, in the 12 hours that she would watch that baby, he would just scream for 10 of them.
Jeez.
Yeah.
That's rough.
Like, couldn't get him down to a nap, couldn't get that baby to calm down. Like, my friend thought she was gonna go crazy, like, lose her shit because of just the screaming. So, Peppa Pig can handle it. I'm sorry, Caillou's got nothing.
I don't know. Ultra Caillou here. That could be something.
Maybe he's channeling his memories from when he was a colicky baby. He probably was a colicky baby.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, and he's just channeling that same energy of just that shrill, unearthly demon scream from the bellows of his chest.
Oh, jeez.
I've heard it for hours and hours. And again, through a wall.
Yeah.
Poor parents. It's right in their face.
I do not envy them.
I feel so bad for them. Now the baby just likes to scream just while they're having fun.
I've heard the kid like do their best dog impressions the other day, like just like a whine, which was kind of cute for the first couple minutes, and then as it became hours, it was less cute.
Yeah, I was worried about the dad for a little bit, but no. Then I heard like the dad playing with their kids. Like, oh no, like, this kid just loves to scream.
Yeah.
This kid just loves to scream.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I think Peppa Pig's got this. Oh my God, I love like that you put the little tufts on the part of her legs.
Peppa's gonna gore this ultra kaiju.
Ultra kaiju. All right, we've got about 30 minutes left, and there's a couple I really want us to do.
Yeah, what number are you thinking?
I really want 1 and 3. But 4 is also very good, and so is 12.
There, we came up with some really good ones. Gosh. Let's do 1.
I think we should definitely do 1. Yeah.
Yes.
It was the very first idea we came up with, and it's the best one, IMHO.
Yeah, agreed.
And then we'll see how much time we have left, and then see which other ones we want to do by the end. But yeah. Oh, yeah, like I said, I felt so bad for the parents, and when I found out more about what colicking was, I'm just like, oh, these poor people. Maybe I should just go bake them some cookies and leave a bottle of gin next door. Like, shit. Oh, felt really bad. But, yeah. I know that for a lot of kids it's a phase, and then they'll stop. And sometimes teething, all those different things too, will make babies scream. But, our next door neighbor's kid, I think they just really enjoy it.
I think that's a fair assessment.
You know what though? I was that kid too.
Yeah.
Not that age. I was that obnoxious girl on the playfield in my grade school, and I would have a siren's screech that I would call out to all of my other friends, and we'd all have this same scream.
Oh, wow! This sounds like something from like. Immediately, just the image in my head is like the ancient ones or the wise ones in Dark Crystal, just like doing their call. Like, oh man.
Yeah, kind of same energy, but like instead of being think high pitched, really horrible, and the teachers on the playfield. They begged us to stop. Like, they weren't even, like, mad about it. They didn't, like, try to make us get in trouble. They just begged us to stop doing it because it was so annoying. And we're like,
Fair.
okay. Like, we kind of knew we were being annoying, but, like, really, like, high-pitched screams. And we would run all the way across the playfield. And the playfield that I grew up in, my grade school, was a pretty big field. Like, it was long. And so we would, like, go to the far corners and scream just to hear each other, like, across the field. And we can, like, call out to each other. It was kind of like this weird, like, sound, like, tag, where we try to, like, yeah, we knew we were being obnoxious.
No.
All the other kids hated us.
Oh, jeez.
It was actually I'm one of them sirens.
Yeah, don't need... God, too bad there's no war effort going on. You need, like, an air raid siren. Oh, man.
That kind of same energy.
Yeah, sounds like it.
It was, yeah. So I understand that kids also like to scream. Like, it is enjoyable, to just see how loud they can be. That was kind of the challenge for us. Just how loud we could possibly be, because in our own homes, it's like, you know, when you went at home, no way you could be that loud, and you would get in trouble.
Yeah.
Playfield at school, when you had so much space and your parents weren't there. Well, there's rules, but there's no rules about screaming.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, they said, yeah, be loud, have fun, go on the playfield and get all that energy out of you, so you can maybe learn some algebra.
Maybe.
But yeah, it's I get it. I get, you know, no shade to those kids that like to scream. I just feel bad for the parents.
Yeah.
I just feel real bad for those parents. But you know, should I go back to talking about Stranger Things once more?
Do you have the energy for it? Do you have, like, I don't know, the ability, I don't know, to marathon that topic?
I mean, it's a global phenomenon.
It's a global phenomenon.
According to every single ad, it's a global phenomenon. So even though we didn't do a stream about it, we could at least talk about it. So we can put that in our hashtag, so people will watch our stream.
That's true.
Because there's not going to be much, like, I mean, there might be some theories, videos, some might, like, instant, like, oh my god, and then you saw the Demogorgon again, and oh my god. No, it's just, like, with the D&D references, like, Ken and I were both born in 85, and so he and I didn't grow up with, like, that 80s, like, that 80s den with that particular color, and, like, we had some things that were kind of bled over, like, you know, because our parents weren't rich, so they didn't go and buy the newest things, so they still had, like, some technology and things still left over from the 80s. Like, I learned how to type on a typewriter. Like, we had our television, you had to get up and change the knob yourself. We didn't have a clicker until much later, a remote control. And then we had 40 of them for every single thing.
Had to have all the universal remotes. Yeah.
For the speakers, one for the TV, one for the VHS player, one for the DVD player, one for the satellites, one for the cable.
Our VHS was pretty much done by the time we got DVDs.
My mom, because we still had a lot of VHS tapes, so my mom, she didn't want to have to buy Star Wars again, you know. And the Titanic exclusive set that she had VHS.
Gosh, that's right.
Two VHS sets.
That was a big to-do having that one. That's
she didn't want to have to buy that again.
No. Little did she know that streaming it would be a possibility in the future.
Now they got their Roku, you know, the boomer-friendly streaming service bots.
Indeed.
Yeah, but so I didn't grow up with, like, that kind of flavor of D&D. My very first job was working at a comic book shop. And so it's funny because I was talking to Ken about TSR, He's like, what does that even stand for? So TSR, oh god, what is it? Tactical
strategy role play or something like that?
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
And it was the first publishing company that published Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, Gary Gygax had to make it himself because no one else would publish D&D.
Mm-hmm. And so he published it under the company, or the publishing company, TSR, or Tactical Strategy. What was the last word?
Like roleplay or something?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. And it didn't last very long, and then eventually it got bought up by WotC, Wizards of the Coast, and that's where it still stays today. Yeah. But that early, because like it's that 80s early iteration of first and second gen Dungeons and Dragons, that is like has a very specific, very rough art style.
Yes.
And I know some people who still draw in that style, and that's how we talked about it. And I'm just like, man, it's been a few years. You could also work on your style.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
You know, it's a
classical art style. Come on.
No, it's not.
What do you mean? I haven't had to update my art style since 1983. Come on.
So, but yeah, like I'm familiar with a lot of like that early iteration of like Dungeons and Dragons, a TSR. I remember playing second edition once, and that's when I think Elf was a class, and I was able to play Elf.
I remember like an old Penny Arcade comic making fun of second edition. Of like, oh yeah, I'm running a game in second edition. Like, oh, all your liquids turn to sand, and someone made the joke like, oh, haha, what about like bodily fluids? All your liquids turn to sand. Like, just how unforgiving that the game mechanic was for it.
It was rough. It was very rough.
Yeah.
It was very different because, like I said, ever since I was like 16 years old, and 16 until like 21. Or excuse me, 31. That's what I did all the time. Like most of my weekends, I was that nerd. I wasn't off doing drugs. I was playing Dungeons and Dragons, and
getting comfortable with the Satan.
I mean, yeah. Actually, it was funny because a mutual friend, or excuse me, a friend of mine, her mother, who trusted me more than she trusted her own daughter, asked me to go to one, because this friend had gotten into Dungeons and Dragons before I did, and her mother asked me, hey, will you just go to that and make sure it's not, like, a bad scene? I'm worried about my daughter, but she won't, like, she won't tell me what's going on. And so I was like, okay, sure. And I think that's kind of what got me into Dungeons and Dragons, was because I was like, and then I reported back to her mom, I'm like, nah, they're just a bunch of nerds, you know? They just sit around and, like, do storytelling. They're kind of making stuff up. And she's like, oh, okay, there's no weird stuff. Like, no, I mean, it's kind of nerdy, no. And, but yeah, I started with, 4th edition. Yeah. No, I started with 3rd edition. And then it was 3.5, and I played 3.5 for a long time. 4th edition.
I had started with 4th edition.
Yeah, that's when they updated a lot of things, and they fixed a lot of things on 4th edition, but it was still very much like 3.0 and 3.5. And 5th edition was just trash. It was just
damn.
Well, they made it to be like an MMO. It played very much like an MMORPG, and people hated it. They got rid of a lot of the stats. They got rid of a lot of the other things. That's when the Dragonborn, that's Skyrim. The Dragon, like, kin or something were introduced.
I thought they were in 4th edition.
Huh. Nope, it was in 5th edition. Okay. And people hated it. And then I think 6th edition.
I don't think they're on 6th edition. I thought they were still on 5th.
No.
What?
No, 5th edition is the one that sucked, and then 6th edition, 6th ed.
I thought 4th edition was the one that sucked, and then 5th was the one that fixed it.
No.
Oh, jeez.
No.
I'm a bad nerd then, clearly.
I will say I know this because I played it for a really long time, and I was curious about 2nd ed. And, because, yeah, I remember 3 and 3.5. Because it took a little bit of a break. I mean, I could look it up, I guess. It could be 4th and 4th edition, but I don't think that doesn't sound right to me. I'm really certain it's 3.5.
Remember 5th edition coming out and playing 5th edition.
Oh, sorry. Rowan said it is called Dragonborn in D&D. Okay, you're right.
Okay.
It's in Skyrim and in D&D.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, it was, and everyone hated it. It was the same edition where they basically just made it into an MMORPG, and everyone was like, "This sucks." And then I stopped playing 5th edition I stopped playing for a while. Maybe it was 4th edition that brought in the Dragonborn. I can't remember. And then 5th edition is where they fixed everything.
I'm pretty sure it was 4th edition and 5th, because I don't think they're on 6th yet.
I thought they were. I thought they were on 6th edition.
I'm fairly certain myself.
I mean, we're both sitting in front of computers, and I've got my phone here. Yeah. I could easily look this up, but I'm not going to.
I mean, that's fair.
So, I keep... This is so good. I really love what you're drawing. So, character on the right has got one really big clue of what...
2, technically.
Yes. Of what character this could be. And I really love how you're doing the second character.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yes. Love to hear people's guesses. You know what? I think you might be right. I think it might be 4th edition where they fucked everything up.
Because I've only ever played 4th and 5th, I think. Maybe 3.5.
No, you played 3.5.
I have played through. Okay.
You played 3.5. Because it did 3.0, and then people complained because it was another broken system. Mm-hmm. And so then they did 3.5. Yeah, I think 4th edition is when they made it an MMO, and people said this sucked. And then they did a 5th edition, and that's when we got back into it.
Yes, because we didn't really play much 4th. And I think that they've done
another edition, basically just kind of fixing things. Rowan, you are absolutely right. That is Thomas the Tank Engine on the left.
Heck yes.
Toot toot. Do 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 do.
We have a weird love of Thomas in this house.
We're like, when we came up with the list, I'm like, is Thomas the Tank Engine just going to be like on our list for everything?
Yes.
We loved. And this other character, can you guess who the one on the right is? Again, we've got one really good clue. And we'll tell you why we chose this character in just a second. I think they have a 6th edition. I believe so. I don't think they're still on 5th edition. But I guess I could look it up if I really wanted to. But,
we could.
But the newest, whatever newest version is, I guess is this because I'm pretty certain they did 6th edition, because I remember seeing the new books for it.
It has been a hot minute since I've played D&D. They might be at a 6th edition, but
I think they are.
I've never played a 6th edition.
Yes, it's Shrek!
Yes!
Shrek the Tank!
Yes! Mecha Shreka!
Mecha Shreka! So, one of the other YouTubers that we really like watching...
Studson Studio.
Studson Studio made a Shrek version of a Thomas the Tank Engine.
Oh, it was so beautiful.
And it's absolutely beautiful. It's pretty much like a Thomas the Tank, but they took a Shrek head and put it in the front, and then made the whole rest of the tank look like a swamp, get out of my swamp. It's really fucking funny. And
he made it remote control, too, which is outstanding.
So that's why we decided to have Shrek against Thomas the Tank, which... Oh my god. If this is if Thomas the Tank just started doing a Transformers and turned into this, that could be a new version. That's how they could bring it back.
BBC, get at us.
They could totally bring it back.
They could.
And now they gotta like fight monsters, and they've gotta like save the town. Like
Make a Thomas the Megazord engine.
Like gotta save him from the Decepticons and Autobots. You know, it's the new one.
Yes. Yes.
I love it.
I'm here for it.
Oh man. But yeah, so what they play in Stranger Things, I am familiar with it, even though I didn't grow up with it. So like the players' handbooks, the ones that they have, is even though it's early TSR, I do have a soft spot in my heart for these things because I am familiar with it because of my first job working at a comic book shop. And again, early TSR art is like...
It's rough.
It's rough, but it's charming in its own little bubble, you know? Yeah. And to see them talk about it in the show is like, oh, that's cute. That's really cute, you know? Even though I didn't grow up with that in that kind of time. Like the D&D stuff is what was like, you know, like I could connect to it on that kind of, on that way. But since I've kind of retired from gaming, that's why I'm curious to see I would be curious to watch it from the start and see what my feelings are about it, you know? Like, did I like it because of that? Did I like it for other things? You know, like, yes, there's the mystery of who this girl is, and, you know, she doesn't talk. Spoilers, she talks later in season 2.
I think she talks a little. She builds up a little bit of talking. Like when she's first introduced, no, 11 doesn't really talk, but she kind of gets there. But yes, is much more verbal in the second season.
Yeah,
from what
spoilers.
I understand.
Okay, Ken, we got 15 minutes.
Yes, we do.
So, which is the last one on that list? If we had to pick one.
It's like asking me to choose a favorite child.
You gotta pick a favorite child.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Not the screaming one, preferably.
No. Caillou is no one's favorite child.
No one's favorite child.
No one's.
This is a very good Thomas the Tank Engine.
Thank you.
They were just going to have every different version of Thomas the Tank, and then we'll have a stream that's just Whoops All Thomas.
Whoops All Thomas.
Yeah.
I kind of love that, actually.
I definitely want to do our Whoops All Loki,
yes.
where everything is just a Loki.
You know, that'd be good for like season 2 of Loki to get that algorithm.
Speaking of which, can we end on that one?
Yes, let's do that.
I kind of want to end on that one.
Okay.
If you're cool with that.
Sure.
Like, do we want to look at the list one more time and make sure that that's the one we want to end on?
I think this is the one.
Okay.
Just looking at what I've got on the screen, I am super duper down for ending on a Loki.
Okay. Oh, spoilers.
Yeah. Oh, whoops. Whoopsie poopsie.
Thank you so much for joining us, Rowan. It was an absolute blast. Thank you so much for adding your comments and your guesses. It was such a delight to have you. You have a wonderful weekend. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for joining us.
So, yeah, Whoops All Lokis, spoilers. But what kind of Loki? I mean, there's many different Lokis now. Now that we got the Megaverse. That's like a combination of the multiverse and the Negaverse at the same time.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you for understanding my brain. My joke.
No judgments.
Well, I mean, I haven't talked about Stranger Things this whole entire time, so I might as well go back to talking about Stranger Things for a little bit longer. We got 15 more minutes. Actually, closer to like 10 more minutes. Because I don't know. I mean, like I said, I kind of fell out of interest. The second season wasn't great. I don't know much about the third season. I did not hear anything about it. And that's kind of like the point that MapHat was making in that episode. Was that because you don't have that pacing of that once a week episode, there isn't that time for the hype. There isn't the time to kind of theorize. There isn't the time to kind of process it. You just consumed it all in a single go, and you're just trying to like, whoa, okay, when's the next one? And having to wait like a year or two before the next one comes out. can be difficult because
Yeah.
you're like, oh, what the hell happened last time? I don't even remember. I watched it in a fucking weekend, right?
Yeah. Well, to some extent, I think they count on people rewatching it just for that exact reason, which isn't necessarily the best plan for like, oh yeah, enjoy our series multiple times because you don't remember and we don't do anything to kind of help you remember.
But Netflix doesn't make more money by you rewatching
Yeah.
the same
Yeah.
shows. Like, they don't make any sort of extra money by that.
Yeah.
So there's not really a lot of, like, incentive to watch it again, except if you're going to do a theory video or, like, you just like to watch it multiple times. Like, again, if you're just going to try to, like, binge watch The Office for the 400th time, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's what a lot of people just turn on Netflix for. There's a few shows that I have watched and I've appreciated that, they were, excuse me, I was able just to binge watch the whole entire thing. Like, Jonathan Strange and Dr. Norrell. I've talked to you about that one before.
You have.
And
I'm
I
so
love,
curious.
like, if you like Labyrinth, if you like that, like Dark Crystal, that kind of, their version of telling about, or storytelling about fairies, then you would really like that that series. A friend of mine was trying to get me to read the book, and I think I have it still somewhere. I'm pretty sure I do. But it's hard for me to sometimes to sit down and make time to read. I was trying to be better about making time before I go to bed every night, and then I did that for a little bit, and then I kind of but so it was much easier for me just to watch it as a series. And like, I definitely admit that I'm the type that's like hyper focused, like, oh, I just gotta know what's next. Because I hate spoiler, or I know I don't.
You hate waiting.
I hate waiting.
Yeah.
And I don't mind spoilers. I will look spoilers up because I don't like waiting. And so, like, the one a week kind of is good for me because then I can't look up spoilers.
Yeah.
Because there's no spoilers out yet. Like, I can't go and find out. I can only watch theories. I can only speculate just like everybody else. But, it's, like, I watched that Jonathan Norrell, or Jonathan Strange and Dr. Norrell in, like, almost like a single day, I want to say.
Dang.
Like, I just binge watched the entire thing. And it was good. I really enjoyed it. But it was, this is good. This is very good. I love this Gator Loki. All versions of Gator Lokis are best Lokis.
It is very good.
It's really good. And see, like, how that, like, the Loki show, how it ended with just the introduction. And then everyone's like, what the fuck is up with Gator Loki? People were going crazy for Gator Loki. He had 2 fucking seconds. He just, like, rawr.
Oh, yeah.
You know, everyone's like, what the fuck? It's Gator Loki! You know? Like, that's, like, that's how you build hype. That's how you, like, get people, like, talking about your show, who are interested in your show. And, like, but the Stranger Things doesn't have that. And it's kind of a bummer. So I'm very curious to rewatch it to see if what my opinions of it will be. Not really being into D&D as much, trying to watch it 1 episode a week to kind of pace it out and see how we feel, like kind of watching as an episodic, see if it is best to be binge watched or if it's better to an episodic, like, once a week type of show. I'm very curious to rewatch it. Mostly just because I'm curious, like, more than anything. It's one of Netflix's most popular shows.
Yeah.
And I remember liking the first season. I remember really enjoying it, but I can't remember why. And that's not really a good thing, you know?
Yeah.
So can I talk about
about what's happening? Yes, you may.
So for those
more Hawkeye hate.
For those who watched our last stream when we went into the multiverse, everyone got to hear how much I really dislike a particular character named Hawkeye. I really do. I'm not going to go on that same rant again. But,
Not today, anyway.
no, that's a different stream plan for another day.
Yeah.
Throw some more. They just want to throw a little Hawkeye shade. And I'm like, what if Hawkeye was a kaiju, but then still was lame?
Yeah.
Like, he actually got superpowers by becoming a kaiju.
Like a giant Ultraman.
And then immediately, like, just sucks because he thinks he's still gonna be, like, a archery bro.
Mm-hmm.
But then we were thinking...
Gator Loki just chomps his hands off.
Because that's what the iconic thing that Gator Loki did, and I'm like, yes. And I love that you have the arrow as a toothpick.
Yeah.
And all the other little tails also have Loki helmets.
Yeah.
That's really good.
I was, fun fact, there is a kaiju from Godzilla named Biolante, who looks kind of like a giant gator, depending on the artist depiction. I'm like, you know what? Yes, totally base Kaiju Gator Loki off of this Godzilla character.
That might be Italian.
Yes.
Biolante!
He attacks Roma.
Get some margarita pizza.
Gosh.
Oh my god, I love this.
Jeez.
Oh, fucking Hawkeye. If he did become a giant kaiju, he still would try to use his bow.
Probably.
He's like, it's my superpower, guys.
It's all I know how to do, okay?
It's all my superpowers are. It's not superpower. Don't take this from me. It's my one thing.
My only thing.
Like, no, dude, you're like a fucking kaiju now. You're big, y'all.
Like throw some punches, dude.
You're bigger than fucking the Hulk. You can do stuff now. You're actually a superhero. Yeah. Do something.
Giant man, like that's all he does. He just turns into a big dude.
That whole like stupid Age of Ultron with that city going up into the sky, you could have just put it right back down in its place, being a big guy.
Yeah.
You could have done that, Hawkeye. You could have actually helped.
You could have had some value to yourself.
You could have done a thing, but no. If he became a kaiju, he would be so like, it's my superpower, it's my bow, my bow staff skills.
Oh, jeez, he's not Napoleon Dynamite.
Same energy.
Gosh.
I love this Gator Loki so much with his big tummy.
You.
That's a good tummy. You've made lots of good chonky boys tonight.
Thank you.
And this is beautiful.
Chonky boys are fun to draw, I'm just saying.
Chonky boys and chonky girls are we. We are the chonky boys and girls.
So chonky.
Young and old.
Gosh.
Nice. Everyone. Oh my god. How to tell the world that we are elder millennials.
Because we sing Aqua.
And we gave our cat a plushy avocado toast.
Yes.
Well, we got 3 minutes left. I just want to wrap up by saying thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for being here live. We really appreciate y'all. We hope you have a fantastic 3-day weekend. For those who have a 3-day weekend, I hope you just have a regular weekend or whatever day it is that you're having when you are watching this. We appreciate all the support and all the views, all the likes, the subscribe, smashing that bell so you'll get notified when we go live.
We're going to be this YouTube channel now?
I mean, I got to.
We gotta. We're contractually obligated.
In order to be a real YouTuber, I gotta, you know?
Absolutely.
So thank you. We really, really do appreciate all the help and the support.
We hope that we brought a smile to your face today, because that's the most important thing, why we do the show. Absolutely.
And if you have an idea for a stream, something you'd like us to do, please let us know in the comments, or you can message or DM us. If you have other ideas for other things you'd like to see on our channel, we're always open to hear suggestions, ideas. We have lots of fun coming up with these ideas too as well, but we love hearing what our followers are interested in as well, you know. We're not just doing this for us.
We could.
I mean, it's kind of a lot for us. We have fun.
We do.
I try to.
We try.
Yeah.
All right. Well, on that note, I guess there's nothing left to say, but I'm Dunny with the funny.
Oh, good job with that arm movement, too.
Thank you.
That was exactly 30 degrees.
Thank you for noticing.
That was good. That was really good.
Yeah.
Thank you all so much again for watching. And we stream every single Saturday night at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you want to find out more about us and the art that we do, you can find our links and everything in the bio for our page. Again, we love hearing from y'all and like your ideas and everything. So please don't be shy to reach out to us.
Yeah.
And until next week.
We don't know what we're doing just yet, but you know what? It's going to be a blast regardless.
Absolutely.
All right. Peace out.
Thank